Welcome to Moments in the Word. I'm James Tyler, your host, and this afternoon we'll be reading from Jeremiah, chapter number 9, verses 9 and 10. Shall I not visit them for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? For the mountains will I take up a weeping and wailing, and for the habitations of the wilderness a lamentation, because they are burned up, so that none can pass through them. Neither can men hear the voice of the cattle. Both the fowl of the heavens and the beast are fled. They are gone. As we look at this text here and how it is applicable today, we see that this text here paints a sobering picture of God's grief over sin and devastation it brings, not just to people, but to the land and community. Through Jesus Christ, we can live out loud in a way that answers Jeremiah's lament with hope, restoration, and faithful witnesses. As we continue to look further just into it, Jeremiah's grief over Judah's spiritual drift mirrors Jesus's weeping over Jerusalem. Both show that godly leadership feels the weight of sin's consequences. We don't just shake our heads at the brokenness around us. We let it move us to prayer, compassion, and redemptive action. This means interceding for our cities, speaking truth in love, and being present in places of spiritual desolation. Set aside regular time to pray for specific people and communities, asking God to break your heart for what breaks his, and then follow through with tangible acts of service or outreach, as said before in previous chapters. Jeremiah's lament came because the covenant people had abandoned God. In Christ, we are ministers of a new covenant, called to live as visible reminders of God's faithfulness. In a world that normalizes compromise, we live out by walking in integrity, keeping our word, and letting our lives point to the reality of God's kingdom. Identify one area where you and I daily our choices can stand as a countercultural witness, whether in how our handling of money, speaking truth, or extend forgiveness, and commit to it as an act of covenant loyalty. Jeremiah here describes a land emptied of life, a picture of what sin does to a soul. Jesus came to restore what was ruined, and he sends us to join him in that work. We step into spiritually burned places, relationships, workplaces, neighborhoods, and sow seeds of life through the gospel, encouragement, and acts of mercy. Ask God to show you and I one desolate place in our sphere of influence and intentionally invest in it, whether by mentoring someone, reconciling a broken relationship, or starting a prayer group in a spiritually dry environment. I'm James Tyler, coming to you live from the Castle Studios, and welcome again to Moments in the Word. God bless.